Hey guys, Hazel Skygo here and welcome back to today's video. Now, still don't have Wi-Fi at the new house. I'm just back at the old house visiting my mother for the weekend. So I thought while I have Wi-Fi, I'm going to go ahead and record a video. And by this title, you guys know what this video is going to be about. But before this video begins, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, that's only if you want to, and leave a comment. And tell me if you guys have cried in any of these movies. Now, little spoilers if you have not seen any of these movies. I chose movies that are probably somewhat oldish. But yeah, so yeah. But let me know if you guys cried in any of them. I will be talking about movies. I'll be talking about games, and I'll be talking about TV shows. So basically, all those type of things. They're not going to be in order, maybe a little bit, but they're not going to be fully in order. They're just going to be gibberish or jabberish. I'm just going to talk about movies and all that I cried in. So again, spoiler if you have not seen any of these. Most of these are not old. I mean, no. Meant to say, most of these are old movies, and there's a few little new ones here and there. So spoilers to them. If you guys don't mind spoilers, then stick around and maybe I will introduce you guys to watching a new movie at some point. So let's just jump straight into the first one. Now, first movie is called Wall-E. Wall-E is a bird movie about a bird who basically is just trying to find its owner. I've had people that I've talked to about this movie. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're talking about the part where the old lady dies," and I'm like, "No. This is the first movie I ever cried in." Okay, and my uncle made fun of me about it. But basically, it's the part. So by the way, I will do another little thing. I will be talking about parts that I fully just cried, bawled my eyes out, and all that. But anyway, it's the part where the father is taking away the bird for the little girl. Now this little girl, she has problems speaking. She has like a speech impediment. She can't say words properly. She stutters. But the bird basically helps the little girl to speak. And one night she decides she wants to jump out the window to fly like her little bird. So the next day the father decides to, you know what, take this bird from you and you're never gonna see that bird again. Hi cat, what are you doing? Don't mind my cat over there. But, and basically the little girl just starts running down the road. And, yeah, that really hurt me. I was like, no, why is he doing that? But it is a pretty good movie. You know what? I'm gonna rate them on how I think they're good. That movie, I'll probably give it 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, next one. Had to let my cat out. But second movie, My Girl. You know what? There are some movies that I've cried in, but I haven't then cried in again when I rewatch it. But My Girl is a movie that I just not every time I watch it. No. Because then I always sit there thinking like, what if I lose my best friend? This is how I'm gonna feel like. And I don't cry at funerals. Okay. You know, it's funny. I don't cry at funerals, but I will cry in a movie. That says a lot. But basically, about two best friends just enjoying the summer, and Thomas J is allergic to bees. And we don't speak about the rest because, that's just so sad because she's just wanting. She just thinks about death all the time because she lives in a funeral home and her dad's not really seeing that, and the woman or the dad, the dad's seeing like a woman who's like working there, blah blah blah. Again, you have to see these movies because I'm gonna be horrible describing them, but it's just sad. Part two, I had such anger in part two. Just the part where the dude throws the ring over the fence, and she thinks he's lost the ring that Thomas J basically picked up for her and all that. And she starts crying, and she's like all mad and all that. And he's like, "Oh no, here's the ring. I didn't actually throw it." Nah, man. If like you did that to me, I no. We're never friends. You're never talking to me again. And woo, I love that. So that yeah. But again, my 10 out of 10 for my goal. If you just want to sit there and like, you know what, I feel like crying tonight. Perfect movie to cry in. Number 3, if you want to ruin your weekend or whatever day you want to ruin your day, watch Red Dog. Yes, it's gonna be a dog movie. And you know dog movies are gonna be like, it's even 10 times worse. It's based on a true story. Part 2 of the movie I didn't really like. Part 1 I was like, yeah, this is one of those other movies where I'm like, I can rewatch again and still cry. And it's just the part where, not the part where John dies, but it's the part where he's just waiting for his owner to come home and he doesn't know he's dead, and he's just on a hunt looking for him. And it's like, after that part has happened, it's like, oh, okay, whew, oh man, I almost lost it. Like, I mean, you will still have tears streaming out your face, like, and then at the ending, when he finally finds him, the dog dies next to his grave, and it's just like. And then your whole weekend, your whole night is ruined, and you're thinking about it when you go to sleep, you cry yourself to sleep. It's one of those movies that just... one of those movies you want to watch. It's an Australian movie, so a lot of Americans may have not have heard it in a way. But it is based on a true story, which hurts 10,000, 100 times more. And you know what? I give it a rating 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for that one. Now, when I was looking at movies, because I usually forget what movies I've actually just cried in and stuff like that. This one popped up, The Green Mile. Yeah, it's a Tom Hanks movie, which, you know, Tom Hanks movies like to make you cry like 100 times. It's definitely the ending. It's definitely the ending. Just sweet and simple. He gets electrocuted, but the story he tells and the people he's helped. He just basically gets accused for murdering these little girls. I'm going to assume the color of his skin and all that is why he gets accused for murdering little girls, even though he was trying to help them. So yeah, that, and oh yeah, and plus he's like a 10 to 100 foot guy. So yeah, that one I'll give. Ooh. You know, I'll give it 7. I give this one a 7 out of 10. So yeah. Okay, this one I remember watching this one. It was so nice, this film. The Lovely Bones. This one is basically about a neighbor who lures her into a trap and then basically kills her, and the family's trying to look for her and stuff like that. Basically, and they find out that she's probably dead and stuff like that, but they don't know that the neighbor had done it. He, once you look at him, you'd be like, yeah, he's the murderer. Like, if I, lived across the street, I'd be like, oh, it's that murderer across the road. I bet you he did it, type situation. But it's definitely... It's gonna be the ending part that got to me. It was, it's weird. It's like a girl who has psychic abilities and stuff like that. She, just... The dead girl basically turns into the psychic girl and transports to kiss this guy that she really liked, and the guy really liked her before she died. And it's like, oh, she got her kiss. And she I think she was only 14 in the movie and stuff like that. I wonder if it would have been good if that one was based on a true film. But basically, she just goes through life after death experience while her family is trying to figure out who's done it, and then yeah. Again, I'm gonna be horrible explaining all of these, so yeah. Okay, you know I had to say this one. Forrest Gump. Oh wait, hold on. Back to the other one. Back to the Lovely Bones for 2 seconds. I give that one a 9 out of 10. Okay, back to Forrest Gump. Yeah, you know you have to add Forrest Gump onto this list. Like, there's so many sad parts in that movie. But I was trying to figure out, I can't, because it's been a good while since I've seen this movie. I was trying to figure out, like, what part made me cry in that movie so much again. I think it might have been Jenny's death. If you not have seen this movie, where have you been? I'm gonna spoil the hell out of this one. But, kinda, it's not, like, I was thinking about Bubba's death. I was like, yeah, Bubba's death was really, really sad. And then his mum's death was also really sad. But then I just thought, Jenny and him have been like best friends since they were like really little, and he was like, he's like the only one that she loved. It's like, cries. So, yeah, I'm gonna go that. I don't know what I'm gonna give this one a rating of. Maybe, okay, I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Because I've seen this movie like a million times. Like, every once in a while I'm just like, it's sad. So, yeah. Next movie is a little bit surprising, probably. But, The Barnyard. Like, you remember the TV show Back at the Barnyard? I'm gonna talk about The Barnyard, like the movie. And I blame my mother for this one because she's the reason why it made me upset and cry in the first place. But it's the part where Otis's dad is playing the guitar. He's playing Don't Back Down by Johnny Cash. And then he's like fighting off like the coyotes, and the coyotes like really get to him, and it basically kills Ben. Of course it's a Ben, I just realized that. Uncle Ben! Okay, I'm sorry. So, yeah. Just that part just really is sad. But, you know what? I'm gonna give that one 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 for that one. I don't know, for this one, I feel like you have to at least cry at least once in this film. But Stand By Me. It's an 80s film. And it's basically just like these 4 boys on a journey to see a dead body for the first time. And the part I'm going to talk about, it's not the ending part where like you find out like his best friend basically got stabbed and stuff like that while he's like writing a book about it. No, it's the part where he's I think he's Gord. I think his name's Gord, and Gord just is like standing in his room trying to find the canteen for his like camping trip. And he's just like remembering. He's like, this hat's yours. Like his older brother, and he's like gives him the hat. It's like, no, this is your lucky hat. It's like, no, it's your lucky hat now. And it's just sad because, just so you know, his brother dies. So when he's like remembering that, and it's just like, no, that's so sad. And then another mad moment. I'm gonna say it, another mad moment was when those bullies basically take the hat and walk away with it, and he's like trying to get the hat back, but he just watches them take his brother's hat away, and it's just like, I'll fight back. If that was my brother's hat, I would fight back. I don't care. I'll pounce on him, I'll jump on him, I'll bash him. I don't care. I'll be getting that hat back if that was me. So yeah. So I'll give that one a 10 out of 10. Fried green tomatoes, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that one. I remember watching that one. My mom introduced me to that one. Basically, I don't know, it's been a good long while since I've seen this one. So, basically, the brother dies, and this little girl, she's just very upset that the brother dies, and she blames it on, like, the fiancé, because he went to go and fetch her yeah, fetch her hat. They got stuck on the train track, and then his foot got stuck on the train track, and no one was realizing his foot got stuck on the train track, and then it was too late, and he dies. So you know what? I'm giving this movie a 6 out of 10. Actually, you know what? I give it 6.5 out of 10. Harry Potter. Yeah. I was just thinking about this. I can't remember the first time of me watching it, and I just crying. I don't think I cried the first time. I think when I got older, it's when I was like, it got more sad. It's like, no. But you know what part I'm gonna talk about? No, not Snape's death. Not that George and... Man, it's been a good long while since I watched Harry Potter, so I'm so sorry that I'm stuffing this up. The other brother's name, whatever his name is again, I used to be a big Harry Potter fan, but I'm talking about Dobby's death. No, Dobby deserved to live. Dobby could have helped Harry Potter, but no, they killed him off. How dare they? So you know what? Deathly Hallows. Oh, I love Deathly Hallows. Part 2 was my favorite of the Deathly Hallows, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna give that one an 8 out of 10. Another true story based one was Remember the Titans, and it's basically, this one I can't really say. It's one of those ones where you just have to watch the whole movie to be like, hear the story, what happened, and then right at the end of the movie it's like, oh, Christ. I remember watching this the first time in class. The first time it happened was in class, and I sat there just going, holding those tears. Like, it was so bad. I was like, no. It was hard to, you know how hard it is to not cry in class because you don't want people to be like and stuff like that. So yeah, I held that one in, but on the inside it was like, so I give that one probably a 5 out of 10. That one. This one, a lot of people will be like, how did you cry in that one? I'm like, because I did. Click. Yes, the Adam Sandler movie, Click. I honestly just was it's the ending. He loved his wife, but because of the remote, basically put him on flight autopilot mode. So, and just it's just like he's like on like yelling out to his family because he's trying to tell Ben to not make the same mistakes he did while he's like dying. He's running out of the hospital, rains everywhere, and yeah, they realize he's on the floor, and so they quickly rush to him, and they're like next to him trying to like be like, and he's like saying like, you don't do the same thing, like cancel or work things, go ahead and like do your honeymoon and stuff like that with his new wife. And then I can't remember what he says about the daughter, but then I like his wife's new husband. He's just like puts the finger up, then he's like, yeah, you're good. And that part made me lift it up. It was like, oh, but then it's the part where he's like pulling out in his pockets, like has like the note from the night like they first kissed and all that. Yeah, it's then he dies and just, but then he comes back to life, so everything's good. So you know what, I'm gonna give that one, of course that's an Adam Sandler film, so 10 out of 10 for the Adam Sandler one. This one I forgot I cried in. Of course as a kid I never cried in this one, but as I got older it's like, every time I hear the song, it just gives me goosebumps. Toy Story 2. And you know what scene I'm going to talk about? Jesse's story. It's just... And actually, now that I think about it, Toy Story 4, right? Woody's story was sort of like Jesse's story in Toy Story 2. Wow, I didn't think about that till now. But you know what? No. Toy Story 2 still hurts, and Jesse's story and the song hurts. And you know what? I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. I want it, like, it's probably, like, just an inch next to 10 out of 10. Because I love Toy Story. Toy Story is, like, one of my favorite Pixar films. But, yeah, I don't know. You know what, screw it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, that one. So, yeah. Now, this one I'm going to talk about is an anime. And I'm talking about Wolf Children. Wolf Children, like, I cried in the beginning of the film, and I cried at the end of the film. But the beginning of the film, basically, this father who's actually, like a werewolf type dude, meets this woman, and they fall in love, have 2 kids, but one day, when she was walking with the kids, she found these people found his body in, like, a river, but he was, like, the wolf form, and she knew it was him, and then she's, like, running to him, like, saying all this crazy stuff, and basically, yeah. And then as the kids get older, they're, like, learning their powers, that they have wolf powers, and they're trying to, like, comprehend it and all that. And, yeah, at the end of the film, when, like, the son goes away, because he's, like, learnt to wanting to be a wolf, and the daughter wants to be, like, a normal person, so, yeah. So that's another one that I've cried. I give that one probably 7.5 out of 10. Next part is TV shows. I'm gonna talk about TV shows I cried in. I can't think of any TV shows I cried in, to be honest, except for one, and you know which one I'm gonna talk about. Stranger Things. But, you know, I'm gonna name it in order of characters that I cried so much in. And then, like, so I'm gonna talk about the least first, and then I'm gonna talk about the people I've just bawled my eyes out to. Bob's death. Didn't really care about Bob. Sorry, Bob. You seem nice, but no. Alexei? However you say the Russian name, whatever. Didn't care about his death either. Yeah. Hopper, I think everyone thought that Hopper was gonna die in season 3, but then he comes back like, oh, look, I'm alive. I wouldn't know until, like, because I only recently watched Stranger Things, so if I watched that back way when it first came out, I would have been like, no, Hopper died. Oh. I would have thought he was, like, officially dead, but I knew Hopper was alive in, like, season 4, so, yeah. So his death, yeah, was hurt, but not much. Bob's death. Oh, Bob's death really did hurt. Cause I love what's his name? He plays Sam in Lord of the Rings, for damn sake, but he also plays as the dude from 50 First Dates and Casino Man? Was he in that one? I'm pretty sure he was in Casino Man. I can't remember his name, but that guy, he didn't deserve to die. He was just like a normal dude. He was like, hey, I'm a nerd. And he was like trying to get with everyone, like, hey, like, ooh, and then he dies. He didn't deserve to die. He was just a helping guy. So his death hurt. Next is probably Billy's death. Like, it was a really big toss-up between Bob and Billy. But Billy's death did pretty hurt. Like, especially when you find out he's more of his backstory, it's like, okay, hold on. No. Of course that one's gonna hurt. But number 1, Eddie. You know, look, I'm wearing my Hellfire shirt. Eddie's death. Yeah. It literally, I remember watching it with my boyfriend, and I was just like, it was over the phone too, so he was at his house, I was at my house, and we're watching it together, so, yeah, and then I was just like, it's not the part where he, like, all the people are always talking about the part where he, like, dies, like, no, he didn't deserve to die, but it's the part after it, it's the part where Dustin walks up to Wayne, and then he's like, he was with me, and then he gives him the necklace. He's like, where is he now? And he's like, his mouth is like moving. It's like, and then Dustin like says like he fought and stuff like that, which to protect the town and stuff like that. And it's like that part really, really, really super hit me. First off, Duffer Brothers, he 100% didn't deserve to die. Again, he was just a nerd. He was a freak, which I know exactly what that feels like, to be part of the freak zone and all that. He didn't deserve to go. He really didn't. So you better bring him back as Cass, as a sexy vampire, because I think half of us want to see a vampire appear with wings and fangs and blood and Italian hands. So yeah, he better return to season 5, because the whole Stranger Things community is probably going to be backlashing about it. But then at the same time, I think everyone's be like, it was a good ending. It was a good ending, even though there wasn't Eddie in it. So yeah, yeah. Now next part I'm talking about is video game deaths, and the first one. Oh wait, back to Stranger Things. 10 out of 10. Anyway, video games. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the first one, The Last of Us. I wasn't a big fan of the game. Like, I remember, I do remember when it first came out, and of course it was very sad, and it was of course everyone cried at the beginning of the the beginning of the game. Even the show, I will say, I did cry in the show too, but of course when Joel's daughter dies, which dude shoots him, she did not, no. And it's sad when you find out Joel was trying to also commit stuff like that. It's like, oh, he's just lost. And then part 2 of the game, just, why did you kill Joel? Like, of course we got Ellie. Ellie's great. But Joel, you killed Joel. And you know what, going back to TV shows for a second, when season 2 drops, I know I'm crying when he dies. Pedro Pascal, oh, you're gonna hurt me, you're gonna hurt my soul, you're gonna hurt the fandom, you're gonna hurt Pedro Pascal fans. How dare you? Anyway, I have to give this one an 8 out of 10. Because, again, I wasn't a really big fan of the games. So, yeah, the TV show was great. I give the TV show like a good 10 out of 10. Next one, The Walking Dead game. There was a good few deaths in it where I was just like, no. But you know, season 1, we all cried in the beginning of season 1. Even PewDiePie cried at the season 1, just where Clementine has to shoot Lee because he was turning, and it's just like. But she never forgot him. And not just that, I recently found out on her hat, there's like a blood stain on it, and it's Lee's blood stain, and it's like, he's always with her. Don't wash that hat. So yeah, 10 out of 10, The Walking Dead. I don't like the show. I really don't like the show. I just love the game, which the game deserves a show, I think. Next one, Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, now this one already rating 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This game was phenomenal. It was great. I hope season 3 we get Arthur back. He had such a beautiful ending. Like, it was sad like when you got the bad ending, but it was even sadder when you got the good ending. Just the part where I had put the hat on John, and then he's like John's like, you're my brother and stuff like that. It's like, no, he did not deserve how do you say it, the coffee blah 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 sickness, tuberculosis thingy. No, he didn't deserve that. He was a good person. He deserved 10 times more. Yeah, that death when he's just laying on a cliff and you just know, it's like, I cried, bawled my eyes out for that one. So yeah, 10 out of 10 again. Now I'm gonna talk about movies that I haven't cried in, which I know probably a lot of you are gonna be like, where was this movie? Where was that movie? Like, why didn't you say all these ones? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about movies that I haven't cried in. First one I'm talking about is Marley and Me. I haven't really seen it. I've seen bits and pieces. I know that the dog dies at the end, and yeah, that's sad and all, but nah, nothing can beat Red Dog, because that one, yeah. Was Marley Me based on a true story? I don't know, so I wouldn't know. So I can't give a rating out of these ones, I guess. But yeah, Titanic is the next one. Now, probably also wondering, man, you didn't cry in Titanic. Why didn't you cry in Titanic? I probably maybe got more sad than Romeo and Juliet, but Titanic. The reason why I did not cry in that film is because she had so much room on that door. Okay, I'm still mad about that. Everyone's still mad about that. Even Leonardo DiCaprio said, no comment, because he knew he had room on that goddamn door. So that's the only reason why I didn't cry in that film. Bridge to Tabitha? Is that how you say it? That one? That one was a really close one. I remember seeing, I can't remember if I've seen like the whole movie, but I know bits and pieces to that movie. I think I might have seen it when I was younger. But that movie, that one did remind me of My Girl a lot. Just on a different circumstance. But yeah, I don't know. That one, surprisingly, that one never really made me cry. Maybe if I did just sit down and like watch that, probably would make me cry. So yeah, I don't know. Next movie I'm talking about is Up. Yeah. Bring in those comments. I can already hear you didn't freaking cry in Up. Yeah, I didn't cry in Up. I never cried in the beginning of Up. I remember watching it as a kid, and I was like, she dies. Cool. Tell you, it was never really one of my favorite films either. But yeah, Up was a pretty sad one, but at the same time, but again, never cried in it. So yeah, Lion King. Yeah, that's another one that you're gonna be like, Lion King 2. Yeah, I never cried when Mufasa dies, because I've seen that movie so many times. It's like, oh yeah, he dies. The son's sad. Yeah, I never. That's another one I never cried. Next one is Inside Out. Inside Out. This one this was like one of those other ones like Remember the Titans. This one I remember watching back in year 6, and it was like the last day of school. And I was the helping out in the library actually, and they decided we put a movie on the screen while we're just like cleaning up the library on the last day of school. And then I got so distracted watching this film because I hadn't seen it. All these other girls that were in there with me have seen like the film, and I'm sitting here just going, "Yep, I'm a child. I can watch this." And yeah, it's the part with Bing Bong guys, of course. It's like, oh, you can't forget your imagination. That one just made me sad more than anything. So yeah. Next one is Avengers Infinity War. Is it Infinity War? Of course, where everyone just basically dies. Oh yeah, and Avengers Endgame. I will say that one too. When Iron Man dies. No, that one didn't make me sad. Yep. I'm gonna say it. Spider-Man's death didn't make me sad because it was Tom Holland and not Tobey Maguire. So yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's about it. That's all the movies I'm gonna say that I probably have cried in, because that's all the things I could think of. So yeah, I know this was a super long video. I can see down here. So have fun just watching this if you guys watch all of this. I'm probably not holding anything right now because the time is here and you guys probably won't be able to see the time, which I have just realized that I'm just doing this for no reason. So yeah. So yeah, all I'm gonna say is don't forget to slap that like button in the face, comment, like, subscribe to all, and that's it. Peace out, everybody. Bye bye.